Good afternoon, students, and welcome to this edition of your virtual video class. My name is Aroja Ferguson. I'll be doing this with my colleague, Diego Torres. On behalf of the other English teachers of Santiago de Quito, we welcome you to this virtual class, which is for week 14. As you know, we are going to the end, getting to the end of the year. So for this unit, we have to do a review of all what you've studied. And the review starts from now. So by way of introducing it, we'll have vocabulary session and we'll have grammar. The grammar will have two parts. The first one will be with the use of will as in future tense and be going to as in present continuous. Then the other part, auxiliary verb or modal verbs like would, could, might, can't, may, etc. We'll be looking at them as well. Then we have a very important point, aspect of this video, which is the useful language. Now, it is very important because all through the grammar that we do, the vocabulary that we learn, you have to talk, you have to converse, you have to communicate. That is a useful language. You communicate with your friends, you send them information, or you discuss issues with them. So that's a useful language aspect of it. Now, let's get going, or let's start. On your screen, you have a picture, a slide that has pictures of, different pictures, about 6, 8 of them. Animals, aeroplane, clowns, birds, and all of that. Okay, now you look at the side, and if you could remember, we did this topic. It has flying, height, the duck, elevators, insects, birds, clowns, and snakes. Okay, so these are all vocabulary of fears. Fears. Okay, fears. Don't forget, for the vocabulary sake, the last time we spoke of fears and we said it's the same as a phobia. But we have phobia for clown, phobia for animals, phobia for height. But this is fears. Okay, it was in one of the units. In this vocabulary usage, we find out how people use these words in their daily life. So you live on the 10th floor of a building. Because you are afraid of heights, you normally don't use the stairs, you use the elevator before you realize you are in your apartment, your floor. So we have elevators, or we have aeroplanes. It goes high up into the sky, thousands of feet into the sky. Okay, these are people who have height. They either have problem with elevators, staircases, or aeroplanes going very high up in the sky. Okay, then we have insects. Others also have fear for insects, so they don't like insects around them at all, be it house flies or mosquitoes or grasshoppers. They don't like them around them, especially when they are eating. They don't like insects around them because they are afraid of insects. Maybe if an insect bites you, you get temperature and it will lead to malaria or fever. So they don't like insects, especially mosquito. We know how dangerous a snake can be. We know how dangerous snake can be. That is in your picture B. A snake is very dangerous. They have different types in the Amazon forest, different types of snakes. They are very, very dangerous. Also, there are people who fear snake because they are dangerous for a very good reason. And there are others who also fear birds because some birds are very nice birds like parrots, but others are they are very enunciating. They worry you. They hover around. They fly around your head always, always. And people don't like birds as well. So that is a kind of fear that people also have. Then you look at the picture number G, picture with letter G. You have people they are working like engineers, working high up. Okay, it's also about height, going high up, They are not in the aeroplane. They are not in the elevator. They are engineers. They work on buildings, so they go high up, the 10th floor, the 15th floor, and people are afraid of height. But that's the work they do, so they have mastered it. Good. Then we have the other one with darkness or dark. That is when the room is very, very dark. You can't see what is in the on the bed, what is on the table, what is under the bed. You can't see anywhere in your room when there's no light and it's late at night. So it's also quite worrying, quite dangerous. That is why people don't like or are afraid of darkness or dark. So here we are for the vocabularies. We have the elevator, we have height, we have dark, we have birds, we have insects, heights, flying, and clowns. Let me talk a little about clowns. Clowns, I think it has a double-faced description here. One, there are people who are afraid of clowns, normally children. Okay, then there are others also, the same children, some of them also like clowns because normally the clowns will crack joke, they will do funny things, so they are very funny. Okay, so not all children are afraid or fear clowns. Okay, so for the vocabulary of items that we fear, we have these 8 ones: flying, heights, the dark, elevators, insects, birds, clowns, and snakes. There are people who also have natural fears. If they are going to make a presentation in school for any topic in front of many people, they are afraid to talk. If they are doing exams, they are afraid to talk. It's a sign, it's a way of being afraid of one thing or the other. So not only these items or these pictures that we are afraid of. Sometimes we are afraid of other things, the pictures of which we don't have here in this first slide. Okay, so that's the first part of the vocabulary, the names, the pictures, and what they stand for, fears. Let's move on to the other one that has to do with grammar, the first part of grammar. I told you we have 2 topics for grammar, the will as in future and the going to in present tense. You will see it on the slide, and we try to remind ourselves or recollect, remember what we learned about this one. That there you are, will as in future tense, or be going to present continuous. You remember this? We explained it and we did activities on them. So it's only a reminder of what you have learned or you may have learned in the past weeks. Good. So let's go over it once again. We said that we use will or be going to in the present continuous or to talk about the future. Okay, so use will according to the book, the instructions in the book. Use will for actions and events that we decide to do in the moment of speaking. So the very moment of speaking, we can use will. Okay, so if you don't stop talking, I will tell your teacher. If you don't stop misbehaving, I will tell your mother. So these are examples. We use will to talk about something, that an event or an action that we decide at the very moment. Okay, or I say keep quiet in class. If you don't keep quiet, I will ask you out of the class. Very good. So these are examples of how we use will. In the book, we have, are you going running now? Are you going running now? I will go with you. I will go with you. Okay. It's in the future, but it's very soon. The near future, not very far, very near future. Okay. Don't forget we have would, but this one is will. So will is in the future, but it's very near. Good. The other example, we have all the subjects or the pronouns, subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, we and they. So you can use I will go to the park. You will go to the park. She will go to the park. We will go to the park. They will go to the park. Okay. It's a future action, but it's in the near future, not very far. Then the next one, we have the same subject pronouns, but we use the negative form. Won't go. Won't go. It's like will not go. So I won't go to the store. They won't go to the store. You won't go to the store. She will not go to the store, and they will not go to the store. Remember, they is plural, we is plural, and you is also plural, but we can use it in singular and plural form. That is you. Very good. So let's look at the next one, also the grammar that has to do with going to. Okay, and let's limit it to present continuous form. The present continuous form. I am not going to share a room with other students. Okay, I am not going to share a room with other students. So not going to share a room, I want to use the room alone, all by myself. Okay, there's another example here. I think they are all in the negative because we have not, not, not. So let's go through them. She or he is not going to fly to Las Vegas next month. He or she is not going to fly to Las Vegas next month. This is in the also is in the negative, but in the positive, you can say he or she will, or he or she is going to fly to Las Vegas next month. Very good. The next one, we have pronouns as well, but they are in the plural form, you, we, and they. Okay, we are not going to be in different school next year. Okay, you are not going to be in different school next year, and they are not going to be in different school next year. Now try and turn this one or change it into positive. So example, you have you will or you are going to be in a different school next year. You are with we and they. What do you get? We are going to be in a different school next year. Very good. So let's look at we have one instruction and action and events usually in the very near future. Okay. So like we said about will, when you want to do something in the near future, you can use will. But here also you can use going to the present continuous, as in going to. Okay. So we have examples there. I am not traveling. I am not traveling to New York soon. I am not traveling to New York soon. Okay. Okay. Or I am not going to travel to New York soon. I'm not going to travel to New York soon. Good. Then the next one, we use the same pronouns or the subject, he, she. He is not having dinner with her mother tonight. She is not having dinner with her mother tonight. Then you or we or they, those are the plurals because they use are. They use are. So you are not going to the wedding tomorrow. We are not going to the wedding tomorrow, or they are not going to the wedding tomorrow. Now here, it's also in the negative because you have in bracket not. Okay, so you can change them to positive. Then you have we are going to the wedding tomorrow, or we are having dinner with our mother tonight, or I am going to New York very soon. Okay, so by way of a summary of the will and going to, that is what we get. But for will, we use will to talk about actions that you are deciding to do or planning to do instantly. Instantly. Example, if you don't keep quiet, you would go out of the class. You will. Okay, then I am going to, it's an action you plan to do now. Normally you use both, you can use both interchangeably, but they are limiting us to specifics in the books. Okay, so I am going to share, or I am not going to share a room with another student. Then the other side, the present continuous form, we are told it's a plan action. So how we use it is that I am not going to travel to New York. Okay. Then the other slide that has also to do with grammar. That has to do with grammar. It has to do with the modal possibilities, probabilities, modal verb probabilities. So examples we have may, can't, might, must, could, etc. Would, should, and more. Okay. Then for the instructions from the book, you have use must for something you are almost certain of, something that you know would happen. Okay, will happen. So you use must. Okay. Then you use can't or cannot for something you believe is impossible, something that cannot happen. So you can use can't. Then you use might, may, and could for something that you believe is possible. So these are all examples of modal verbs. We've gone through them, we've done activities, so let's just refresh our minds about it as a way of the review. So we have all the pronouns here, the subject pronouns, of course. Okay. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Don't forget, we, they, plural. Then you can use you for singular and you for plural. So let's try these ones with the modal verbs. You can use any of the pronouns to form sentences as we have here. The first sentence is must be really terrifying. Must be really terrifying. Okay, so you can use it. It must be really terrifying. Like the clown. The clown was really terrifying. The clown was really terrifying. When we get to useful language, we'll try to fix them into sentences, the vocabularies and the verbs, or the probability, the modal verbs. We'll fix them into sentences. Very good. Let's try the other one. You must be terrified. You must be terrified. Or she must be terrified. If you see something which is very scary, okay, you become afraid. Too much afraid or sudden afraid is terrifying. So she must be very terrified, or you must be very terrified, as an example. The third one is must not be relaxed. She must not be relaxed, or we must not be relaxed. Because we are going to write an exams, we need to prepare, we need to be active and serious. We must not uh, relax. Good. Can't, also used as cannot. They cannot be from France because they don't speak French. So they cannot be from France. They don't speak French. Or they cannot be from Ecuador because they don't speak Spanish. Okay. So it's something which is impossible. Somebody is from Ecuador, cannot speak Spanish. It's impossible. Oh, I am Ecuadorian. I am a Spaniard, but I can't speak Spanish. It's strange. Or I am an English person. You can't speak English. It can't be possible. Okay. So we use the cannot, can't also as a modal verb to describe such a situation. Good. On we go. May, might, or could be. Could be. So where are the students? They may be upstairs. Okay. Where is he? Where is the boy? He could be upstairs, or he must be upstairs. Where is the little girl? She might be upstairs, or she might be in her room, or may be upstairs, could be upstairs. Then the next one, you have may, might, plus the negative, not to, not, okay, not go to the barbecue. So let's choose anyone. The first one comes to mind easily, readily. I may not go to the barbecue, or you might not go to the barbecue, or we might not go to the barbecue. Don't forget, not make the sentence negative. Good. The next one is may, might, could be sick. May, might, could be sick. And we're told that if we use may, might, or could, it's something that we believe is possible. We use it's something that we believe is possible. So she might be sick, he might be sick, or they could be sick. That means that it is possible that those involved in these three sentences, okay, use may, use might, or could be, it is possible that they are sick. What we are talking about them, saying about them, is very true. Good. The same goes with can't. So can't is something which we believe is impossible. You are from Spanish, you are from Spain, or you are from Colombia, you can't speak Spanish. No, it's impossible. Yeah, so we use can't. Then must be. Must be is something that we are very sure of, very certain, almost sure, almost true. It must be really terrifying. Very good. So there you have the model probabilities. Model probabilities. There are others, should and shouldn't and all of that. But the book only limited us to this. Refer to your book in page 47 and do there's a review activity that we'll do. Okay, so don't worry. There's the other version is the useful language. Okay, useful language, expressions of this belief, expressions of this belief. If we could see it clearly, a bit clearly on the slide. Okay, so the first one is I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Example, my brother won the competition. Really? I don't believe it. Okay, so it's an impossibility. You don't believe it, so it's an impossibility. It's a useful language. If I say I am afraid of insects, then you say, what? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You are afraid of insects. A big man like that, you are afraid of insects. Insects are small, tiny animals. How come a big man is afraid of insects? Okay. Then the next one we have, that's impossible. That's impossible. Okay. So example, I will travel alone. I will travel alone for vacation in New York. Then I say, no, that's impossible. That's impossible. I will travel alone to New York without my brothers, without my parents. No, that's impossible. Okay. Or I can fly as high up as the bird. That is impossible. That is impossible. A typical example is now we have COVID-19 or coronavirus. You can't travel to Quito. So if you tell me, I am going to Quito tomorrow, teacher, I'm going to Quito tomorrow, I'll tell you, no, that's impossible because you can't go. There's no bus, there's no taxi going to Quito, there's no airplane. So it's impossible. Okay. Useful language. Useful language. Yeah. Now the next one is no way. No way. No way is like no permission. No permission. Okay. No permission. There is no way. Okay. So if you want to go to some place and you meet the security personnel tells you that no way. Okay. That means you can't go or you can't enter. You can't enter. It's no way. Yeah. The next one, you have are you certain? Is it? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Are you serious? So you tell me, I won a lottery, $400 million. Are you serious? Okay, it's a big money. It's a big money. So out of disbelief, maybe I don't believe you. So I ask, are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah. Or if I tell you something and you're very happy, it brings you pleasant surprise. You are surprised, but you are surprised with joy. Then you can act that way. All the students in my class had very high marks in our final exams, good grades in our final exams. Are you serious? Yes. Okay, that is very good. Then you did very well in your exams, so I'll go on vacation with you. Are you serious? Yeah. So that's how we express it. The useful language. Are you serious? Something that you are so sure of. Okay. Normally we say, are you serious with surprise? Or on the other side, if you are doing something that has negative results, I can also ask you whether you are serious about what you are doing. Okay. Then the last one is like, come on, is an exclamation. Come on is an exclamation. So if you say, I am tired, I'm not going to work again. I am not going to work again. I'm tired. Then I say, come on, come on. Is an exclamation in one breath, or in another breath, I can use it to encourage you. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. So these are useful languages that we can use, adapt in our conversation, okay, in our daily conversation. So come on, exclamation mark. Are you serious? Question mark. No way. It's like also exclamation. That's impossible. Exclamation. Then we have don't. I don't believe it. Also an exclamation. Okay. Yeah. So that is the video coverage or video version of your activities for this week. Like I said earlier, I did this with my colleague, Diego Torres. We've been doing this week in, week out. Next week, we'll bring you another version of the review. The review is quite a lengthy one, so this one part. Next time, we'll bring another part of the review. Keep studying and keep safe. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Arroya. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and be in your home. If you go out, please use your protection. Bye.
Bye.